Good morning, guys. We are starting a ginormous print, testing the height levels of this. There are some things I want to go over on it. Just gonna do some more testing, but we're gonna test out sizing wise of the vertical status of it, air printing, which is using the FL Sun's software. Also, I will note here, just so I can review it back in this week's vlog, in case I forget this to mention it in the video, but I'm getting all the details now. But the QR code to scan on here to be able to get the printer information does not work as of currently yet. The FL Sun software does have the T1 Max information on there now, but we're seeing how long it takes to go into this. It says this print's going to take 11 hours and 20 minutes. I'm also testing the threshold at 60% on the tree supports and their basic standard tree supports that they already use on their software, and see how it does on here. So also, let's see how it goes and stay tuned. All right, launch is being tested right now. We're doing a bookmark print for one of the new bookmarks for this month and finishing up last month's. Now that I finally got time to get back to doing things a little bit, it's back in order now that we are back to working again. Filament's extruding, things are looking good. Printers are rocking and rolling. It feels good to be back to printing. All right, the shell is done. It's a gift for Amanda's aunt. She got us a fridge for this new house, and this is almost done. And this is what I really wanted to test out. Seeing it that high to the top, it still has about 20 minutes left. It's kind of scary, to be honest, because if that's see, if that pops off, that's terrifying. It's looking pretty good though. So it did exactly what I expected it to do. In the software, it allowed it to continue, but it's hit its limit on the build plate. So that's definitely a bug fix that needs to happen on the FL Sun's software for the T1 Max. So as you can see, it stopped right there. Luckily, it wasn't extensive damage to anything. It did detect the width, but the height just somehow did not detect. So that is your limitation right there on the height of that, which, like, again, I had expected. This is the purpose, this is what we do, and this is how I test things and how I will continue to test things. The next thing I'm going to test tomorrow, since this is a mostly finished piece, is the support, how easy those may or may not come off. Let's go ahead and get this guy off the build plate real quick. That piece fell off pretty quickly. Feels nice. It's spongy. That's cool. It's time to find out how easy these supports can come off. So let's go ahead and set you up right there. All right, I would say overall pretty good. Supports, I like the way that they crumble from the inside, but I do see that there are some pretty tight spots, like right in there on the bottom of the elbows, the back of the neck, as you can see there. But overall, I mean, look at that. It's pretty solid. Also, just to go over a little bit more in detail of what my goal is for the FL Sun T1 Max is to kind of give constructive feedback on what they can do to do better and enhance what they have. The number one thing is definitely the bed leveling. I mentioned it maybe once or twice. If I haven't, it is definitely the bed leveling. The bed leveling should not take as long as it is, in my opinion, with how fast it's able to produce prints. If it's able to print that fast, it should also be able to bed level really quickly. All right, so another side note. Good thing is this works similarly to the Bambu Labs slicer, but this is the FL Sun's slicer. Same, I guess, software, but different versions. That's the best way to put it. So, for example, I tried to do a full plate. It freezes up and can't do it. Then I had to pick off the sections here as a group and then move them down. But even with that, sometimes they duplicate right on top of the other. The software itself does not know the differentiation on that yet. So that's something to take a look at that's not related to that's not specifically on the printer, but definitely something related to the printing function. So we're going to test this out do a batch print to see how well it does on this. We already figured out the limitations on the height. Let's figure out how well it can do batch printing. All right, now that I'm pretty confident in the capabilities of multiple amounts of prints on here, I got launch set up with some pocket peep whales, and about to do some more pocket peeps on this one because we need to replenish our pocket peeps. We have to get some variety. That's what we're doing now, and we're also still cleaning up the house, getting it unpacked, and trying to mix in the time as well. Plus I had a couple work calls this morning that I had to handle and take care of, and now we're on to the next part of today. And here's our little whales, and we got some hedgehogs on the way. Take a look at the hedgehogs. The stars are almost done. We had one fail, but that is some pretty dang good odds so far. Really excited to see how it finishes here in the next hour. All right, we got some whales, a little bit of fails. That kind of rhymes, and I don't mind. It's very early today, and we got some hedgehogs still rocking and rolling, and some stars. Let's go. Since we are taking a look at the T1 Max this week, I want to document all the process in this vlog, showcase everything that it's capable of doing and things like that. So it does also have a skip feature just like Bambu. You come here. Now the difference is on here you have the ability to zoom in, and it's very particular about that. So we're gonna go ahead and knock off that back right one. Zoom out. Actually, I'll show you all that stuff again. Zoom out. Press yes. Are you sure you want to skip it? Yes. We're good to go. And that's the pause feature. I do want to test out the pause feature as well because I have not done that yet. And it's back to going. Just like that. We're also going to be testing today how well the sensor is, but knowing that filament's out, so can't wait to take a look at that. Alright, we have the pocket peep whales going, because these ones we're probably going to make for a micro series that we'll end up doing, because these are more micro. Those are more pocket peep style. Same with those hedgehogs. Those are more micro, but they actually might work just because of the lengthwise. I'll have to check with some of the other products, but they definitely they look more micro. Got some baby peeps in the back and some larger hedgehogs here. Alright, we got some more prints going on the printers. Launch has some dragons. We have a Nintendo Switch stand going on Bulma. And we haven't named the T1 Max yet, but we have some Rose fidget spinners. Main reason why I'm up right now is to watch to see how the filament sensor does on the T1 Max. So we don't have much longer. And then we'll get one of these new filaments. And then we're gonna put this on the printer once the filament runs out. Thanks to Hamel House of 3D Prints. Really excited to test out this new filament on the T1 Max. Say it has about 10 more minutes or less. Let's give it a minute. All right, it's about that time. We are getting close. Let's see how it handles filament run out. So far, not too well. We'll let it keep going. So that's interesting. It just falls off the wheel. There's definitely got to be something to fix that. While this is getting there, I am going to reassemble the wheel, get it back on top. All right, it has detected the filament is out. So let's go ahead and re-spool, or put a new spool on the T1 Max. All right, and we're back up and rolling. Now, I did have to put that piece back together. There has to be something of a better solution than it just being placed on top and rolling like this. So, just constructive criticism, nothing bad. All this stuff is fixable. I ain't too worried about it. It's producing amazing print, but just things that could be better. That's what this community is all about, is acknowledging things that, you know, because these companies want to make the best thing they can, and this is everything that I've got from my experience so far. Wonderful prints, but just a little quartz here and there so far. Everything is looking quite solid on the printers. This one actually had a spaghetti on the tower and had to remove it, so it's a little bit more behind than it's supposed to be, but it should be done today regardless. Got some late night prints We got a test print of a product that I've designed on Bulma. Launch is being fired up with some gummy bears that are going in the pocket peeps. And we got a hefty game controller holder going on the T1 Max. See how it does. We do have some fuzzing going on. That's a bit concerning to me. Don't really like it, but we are putting this thing to the test and seeing how well it does. Keep it going. Good morning, y'all. It is the next day. Checking out the print, and there's some modifications I gotta do. Now, if I could find my calipers, this would make it exactly what I need it to. But right now, we're just working off of predictions and using the measurement tool on the iPhone. So, we have to go back to the drawing board with my idea, my original idea for this thing, because there is a problem that I want to solve, that I know I can solve. I have the skills to do it, and it is a shelving. I don't know what the name I'm going to call it, but I think I'm going to go with like hitting shelf riser. And it's going to be shelves like this to perfectly fit on any kind of shelf. I'm going to have it to where it's modular, to where it gives you the ability to see things behind as well as in front. So if I wanted to play this game, I have the ability to look at it and at least see it and move it, because obviously this is for functionality purpose. As you can see, it'll rise up those things and utilize all the empty negative space instead of like this, where I'm having to look above and some of these things don't have names on the tops of them to do so. And I know this is going to work also for our books, but I think this is helping out a lot. I think I got the sizing of the height perfectly for PlayStation 4 stuff. Now, all these other things are going to be needed to be custom to the things, but this should also work for PS3 and Xbox and Xbox 360, I think. I might be wrong. So I will have to make it a little bit lower for Xbox 360, which will work for DVDs, but this will work perfectly for Xbox One games as well. So there's probably going to be 2 different iterations. That's going to have like half an inch taken off. This is a design that I'm working on. Just keeping you on the loop. I'm actually doing some things and working on it. But all our prints are doing pretty well. We did lose the red at the last second, so we're using this dual color red and black for the gummy bears. As you can see, it's doing a little bit of black on the front, but one side should be at least red-ish, I'm hoping. If not, that's all good. This turned out extremely beautiful and was the specific right decision. Overture Rock PLA works perfectly for something like this, because like what I like to do is think about the color, and instead of just printing it with that because not everything works. Like for example, these are cool, these are cute, but color works perfectly for these roses, like the perfect blend of color, but the material of this feel, the way it feels, does not go with what this is. Let's go ahead and get my hair done. It is the 4th of July. Really, really excited. Happy 4th of July, guys. We're about to pop off some fireworks with the kiddos right now.
Wow. I'm probably just scared. That one got us a little bit crazy.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, the tester is done. Let's get this off the build plate. Got some of the gold gummy bears going in the pocket peeps. And Amanda has already taken this off the build plate. This thing is looking freaking-tastic. Like, it is freaking beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this area a little bit more today. We have a little bit more freed up boxes that needed to be repurposed where our storage is, so we can have kind of an easier setup when we get to the market. And we have to unbox this bad boy today. Now, I will say, with the power of measuring on the iPhone and my like almost spot on point with predictions, I would say that is a pretty dang close thing to only have as the second tester print pretty much ready to go. There's one function that I do want to change, possibly depending on how it goes, which obviously this is a factor. So I'm thinking about putting magnet holes for here and here, little magnet pieces to help ensure that it doesn't. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some PS4 games on top and see how it does look, and we'll go from there. I will say, it's holding up extremely well. I mean, even though it's slightly off, it still serves its purpose. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. You guys let me know in the comment section below if I should add magnets to these parts or not. Yeah, would love y'all's feedback on that. If not, then I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm actually gonna go ahead and start using it now because this is gonna serve exactly what I need it to do on these shelves. And yes, the name is Hidden Shelf Risers. I am 100% going with that name. And honestly, tell me this does not look super good. I'm actually really curious. Like, I mean, this is exactly serving the purpose that it needs to. Instead of having to move all the games at once or like a big old section, I can literally just move one game to get the game right behind it out. Like, that is serving its purpose to, I believe, the T. I think that is amazing. I feel so proud of myself at this moment right now because I've created something that is a functional thing. It's something that I've done myself, and I think it does what it needs to do. I think it serves a greater purpose of actual functionality, and I think at all my time of seeing bookshelves and shelves that are like this, where it's deeper on the inside, yes, there is spots where you can hide it, and I even have the ability to still hide things behind it, or in between it, I should say. Where is my other shelf? So if you do want to store things underneath it or behind it just to hide away, you still have the functionality of that too. So you're not losing all that space behind you. You're actually utilizing it to the max capability. So that is just phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and start doing some other ones, but this one's going to be standardized for this size things. And I'm going to check the sizing for some of these other things. But I believe if I do the Xbox one, it should be more than tall enough to do DVDs, Xbox games, and things like that. So I'm really, really excited for that. Right, second time that this has happened. That's just not a functional way to really have it, to like let it do, to be able to have it used until the filament runs out. Even with the filament sensor, having it up there like that is not proving to be beneficial because it's just falling off and has the potential to damage a lot of other things. So in sense, having it up there is good, but for the time being, I'm going to have to catch it in a proper amount of time to not let that happen and just remove the spool myself, because it's just not worth damaging some of the other printers or any of the other things right now. But the fact that it does come with a roller is beneficial for the most part for majority of the prints. But once you get to that last line, don't recommend leaving it up there. Another notation too, this being a farming printer, it is best to make sure you wipe the nozzle before the next print and alcohol wipe down the PEI sheet. Even though it is a textured PEI sheet, I highly recommend doing that because right now the prints are not sticking to this bed. So I think cleaning after every print is going to be your best solution to get that done, to get everything back up and running in a timely manner. All right, we're going to be taking a look at the LokLik iEngraver today. We're at least going to be doing the unboxing, getting it ready for tonight. Because again, we have been unpacking, but the unboxing is happening in today's video. And see how it is and how this can be adapted into our 3D printing business. What can we do with the laser engraver? Make your day. Well, this is an actual letter, is just the instruction books. Holy moly, super easy stuff, and it tells you all the stuff you'll need, or all the stuff that's included in the box.
Let me see it, which we'll show you now.
It has a pretty simple setup process. It literally has 4 steps on how to set everything up, about keeping the Wi-Fi module, keep the laser module straightforward, insert the connector into the port, things like that. But that's cool that they give you an idea of what comes in the box. Safety goggles, things like that. Comes in a well tight knit box with some really good foaming around every part of this machine. Power system out. That's assembled. Here's the laser. Gonna keep that in the bag for later. That's the goggles. I think the actual system has to come out of this. Yeah, it does. It's pretty sleek. Pretty lightweight, actually. Now, cutting off these are going to be fun. This is going to be something so new to figure out and test out and learn. So that's going to be really fun and interesting to have on the channel. It's something diversifying. As a business owner, you got to keep adding more stuff, and this is a great opportunity for us to add something like this to our stuff and figure out if this is something we can do on prints down the road. If this is something where we can get our logo laser engraved rather than printing into place, that could be something that's faster. I don't know if it can do it. I don't know how well it will do with plastic, but definitely going to learn everything about it first before you even start to experiment. That's for sure. Thank you, LokLik, for sending out this laser engraver. We really do appreciate it. And Maria from LokLik, we really do appreciate this opportunity and showcasing something new to our audience here on YouTube. All right, we have another one of our shelving things. For some reason, it was printing beige, which it wasn't supposed to do that, but these are hidden shelves, and these are mine personal ones anyways. And we're about to get some stuff printed. I definitely want to start making some chess pieces, so I'm going to do it on this one. We're going to do some more eggs. We have changed the size slightly to have two variety of eggs, one $10 egg and one $20 egg. Those are the $10 eggs. And these are going to be the new $20 eggs. Slightly bigger, a little bit more space for a slightly bigger dragon. So really excited about that as well. All right, we got some prints going. We got some dragons going on launch. Still no name for the T1 Max, but we are trying the spool on the back end, having a lot of slack coming through the printer because I really can't have it just falling off. So the back is the best solution to kind of fix that problem temporarily, but find out how there can be a setup that can be done up here eventually. And honestly, we'll see if it can do it with this test print. We shall see. But it's time to refill the filament on Bulma for the other version of this shelf, which is the DVD size hidden shelf riser. All right, the shelf has been completed. Let's test it out. Oh yeah, oh yeah, there we go. We got it, we got it. Dragons are coming along pretty good right now as well. New eggs are coming along good too. Then afterwards, and also, it seems to be doing a lot better with it being put in the back. I don't like that it pulls and kinks there. So if it is not the best of spools or anything like that, that may be a potential issue of breakage. But it's working for now. All right, we have a couple prints going on the printers tonight. We have a Jesus figure being printed. Another hidden shelf riser, DVD edition. And a very much needed toothbrush holder for the kids. We lost our previous one from the storm. We got a new one now, and it's gonna be looking pretty unique and a one of a kind. All right, so we're gonna assemble the rest of the laser engraver today. I am not actually going to be using it today like I originally planned, because I always ask myself questions like what could go wrong, what could do this, how can you do it. I basically think of everything as multiple opportunities of what can be done, and right now what needs to be done for this one is this is the standard edition. So with the standard edition, it doesn't come with the metal bottom that keeps the protection from the laser engraver. So we're gonna get a 20 by 20 foot fireproof mat underneath to be safe rather than sorry with this laser engraver. So we're looking forward to doing that and actually going out today to do that. And today marks 14 years me and Amanda have been together. So we aren't actually celebrating today. We have a lot of work stuff that we're doing today, but we're actually celebrating tomorrow. But we're about to get some stuff done on T1 Max and finish out the remainder and go and retest to see what happens when it runs out of filament via the bottom here rather than being on the top. So that's what we're finding out today. Then we're gonna get something kicked up on launch here in a second. And we just assembled these pieces last night for this Saturday's market. So about to get some new stuff on Bulma, ready to go. And I can confirm both the DVD version and like the PS3, PS4, smaller case versions of the Hidden Shelf Risers are working extremely well. So we're really, really excited about that. A lot of progress this week, a lot more stuff to get into, and I'm going to be probably getting one more new piece on the T1 Max, and then we're gonna go through all these, the PLA that's in these for some eggs to go, because we have figured out our sizing for the difference between our $10 eggs and our $20 eggs. So I'm keeping here to document with you guys. With us and what specifically we're doing for our sizing for our eggs is the $10 eggs are going to be about 45%, and the larger eggs are going to be about 65% for the $20 eggs. So I'm really, really excited about that. We have a lot to try to get into before literally Saturday, and then we got more stuff to get into. I'm really, really excited just about all the opportunities, all the things we're getting into, and getting back to a regular schedule. That's another plan I have scheduled for this week too, is to get back to my schedules of uploads being on Monday and Tuesday, and we're gonna have 2 breakdowns of specific videos, one after testing the T1 Max to a little bit more, and getting into the Laser Engraver, the LokLik Laser Engraver. So we're excited about all that stuff. So in comparison for 3D printing and setup straight out of the box, I don't think there's ever going to be a way that's easier than a laser engraver. Literally straight out of the box, it's pretty much ready to go. You have to attach a few things. At least for the LokLik Laser Engraver, it's literally put it on the table, set it up, and also this doesn't come with the full kit. This is just the standard kit, so just like this. There's the laser side. Slide it in, get it to the level, and it is adjustable too, so you can go a little higher or a little lower. We're gonna keep it flush for now just to get everything set up, but just like that, it's done. I plug it in and get ready to go. Just like that, we're all set. We got the power here, we got the safety key here, and the emergency stop. And just like that, it's assembled. Super easy, super quick. Again, we like to be safe and sorry, so we're getting that mat ordered. And that ends it for the LokLik unboxing. And we're really excited to kind of test it out. And as business owners, we're always looking to see what more we can add to our 3D printing capabilities to either use it for the 3D printing to signify certain products that we have with our logo on it now. The ability to laser engrave the logo rather than printing out the logo through it is, I feel like, going to be a time saver. So we're going to test that and see how it goes and see how true that could be, or if that ends up not being so true. But that's the whole point of this, and that's the whole point of documenting everything. Now, I would like to add, we will have a dedicated review video just on the LokLik Laser Engraver. After we test it, after we take a look at it a little bit more from someone who has no knowledge of laser engraving, and see how easy it is to pick up with the app, with all that functions and stuff like that. Just a little tidbit. So we did receive a discount code for this laser engraver. If you guys want to check it out, check the link in the description box below. If you guys are familiar with laser engravers and looking for a good deal, this could be a great opportunity for you. Thank you guys for joining today's video, and we'll catch y'all next week, hopefully on Monday and Tuesday.